Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Google AI Mode. This is a new feature that Google launched at their Google I/O conference, and this is a game changer. It's going to change the way we do SEO forever. So, I'm going to be sharing first of all tactics and SEO strategies that will hopefully help us all understand how we can tackle AI mode and really it's more about reverse engineering, like how AI mode is working, what goes behind the scene, and then trying to implement tactics that will allow us to stay on top of it, right? I am not going to share any random things or any black hat techniques. These are all strictly data science and AI focused reverse engineering tactics, and hopefully these things will help you to really get an edge over like what you can do to mitigate some of the traffic loss. All right. So before getting into the tactics, I will show you what exactly AI mode is, how it works, and then we will get into some strategies, right? So the first thing is when you enable AI mode, you will get a screen like this from Google Search Labs. You just need to like click on try AI mode. This is only available in the US, by the way, but if you have a VPN and if you are in some other country, it will still work. All right, so as you can see, when you when you enable AI mode, you can ask any question. It can be a complex question, so that's the beauty of it, and then it will immediately do the magic of retrieval augmented generation. Basically, it will break down that query into multiple subqueries. It will extract all the information that it knows about by crawling that website, summarize everything, and then it's going to give you the answers. Now, it kind of works like Perplexity, what Perplexity does, but it's much better because it uses a combination of different search algorithms, which I'll get into. All right, so here I'm using AI mode. I have asked a complex query like, what are the best B2B digital advertising analytics tools that integrates well with HubSpot? Now, obviously, this is a complex query because I'm asking for a tool focusing on digital advertising for a B2B industry under analytics sub niche, but also it needs to work well with HubSpot, right? So you can see like how it's giving me HubSpot native integration. Like these are some of the answers, but not all of them have a source link over here. Only one source link over here. And then again, there are some other options and only one source link over here. And then after that, it's giving me a few more data. And that's it, right? So I can ask a follow-up question based on this. So I can say something like, will any of these tools work with Looker Studio? And then look at that, kicking off search, 15 searches, 198 sites. Are you kidding me? And you saw like it took like maybe like milliseconds to like just find that. And yes, many of these tools will work with Looker Studio. And it did find a source over here, which was, dear God, this was published like last week. That's insane. Okay. And then it's also adding a full hyperlink to one of the tools. That's fantastic. And then you have a couple of sources. So as you can see how it's working, right? You can ask like follow-up questions. It knows like what the context was. Like I did only mention like will any of these tools. I didn't specify like B2B digital advertising tools, right? And then it did like pull that context from like previous questions. So you see how this is working, right? Now that we have this out of the way, let's get into the details about where it's coming from, right? So last year when Google launched Google Search Generative Experience, it launched this AI overviews, and obviously SG graduated and it was rebranded last week to AI mode. So that's where it's coming from, right? And it was announced last week. It's going to replace search engine results pages with Gemini powered conversational pane. So Gemini powered conversational pane. So you can see how search engine optimization is going to change forever. It's a conversational pane powered by AI, which can understand previous historical context, signals, intent, all of those things. And how does that work? It's going to blend core ranking systems like PageRank, helpful content, reviews. You fuse those algorithms with large language model like Gemini, and then there are a few others, plus knowledge graph, shopping graph to build AI answers. There is a lot going on under the hood, right? Obviously, it's going to prioritize your money, your life topics with EE80 signals. So EE80 is going to still be at the core, and that's going to be your priority matrix determining like which links are supposed to be on the first page. I'm going to show you how we can reverse engineer it in a bit. So basically what I did was I went into Google Gemini and I asked that exact same query. When you ask in Gemini, which is what I told you, right? AI mode is going to use over here, which is Gemini. You can, click on this drop down that says, show thinking, and you will notice how it's trying to break down this query. So it's saying that the first step is to initiate data collection. Obviously, it's going to chunk it. When I say chunk it, it's going to break down this query, but it's prioritizing B2B digital advertising analytics tools HubSpot integration. So this long tail query has now been converted into kind of medium tail query. That's the search term, right? And HubSpot app marketplace advertising. I don't know what to say about it, but it prioritized like the last part, which is this tool, and it's combining the results of this query and this query. Now this is insane. Can you imagine? Now you need to work on permutations and combination. All right. Up until last month, we focus on either short tail, long tail, medium tail queries. We pick every query, we create content clusters, and we target on those queries to write blog content, informational, trans-informational, commercial, blah, blah, blah. Now you need to think about all the permutation and combination of two different queries and then see if your content can rank. Crazy. So that is how it's trying to tackle this query, right? And then it's basically refining the approach. It's then focusing on best HubSpot integration review. Okay. So it's dynamically inserting the tool name. I believe it's having some sort of like backend variable that's inserting the tools that it got from the first step, and then it's collecting that data as in the second step. It's also looking for comparative answers to understand, first step, breakdown, fetch the results, then insert into like tool review process. So maybe like social proof is important signal, right? Then it says it has made headway with some promising leads from initial Google search. Currently, I'm cataloging marketing analytics and advertising application that, okay. And then it's pinpointing B2B application. I have progressed to analyze the initial results. Okay, my focus now is on B2B advertising. Okay. All right, so far so it found these tools. And then after that, it's focusing on depth and quality of their HubSpot integration, prioritizing B2B specific. So it's now re-ranking them. Oh my God. And then it's finally picking some features, comparing them, analyzing their strength, and then finally prioritizing the B2B solution, and it's consolidating the finding, and it's giving a list. Okay, this is insanity, right? You can see like how SEO has changed. You can literally ask anything, and AI is going to like just break down the query into multiple subqueries extract all the data, and it's going to give you back. And you saw that when I showed you this example. So I'm going to say, okay, so what are some cost effective tools out of them? Okay, I'm just adding a follow-up question, and look what happens. Boom, kicking off one search, and it just gave me an answer. It didn't even have to think about it. Okay, anyways, all right, so next step is why you must pay attention. Obviously, there are reports saying that you might lose more than 64% in click-through rate because the answers are going to be triggered in the AI mode. Best case scenario, maybe a slight bump in traffic if you are getting cited. In terms of rollout, Q3 is the target. That's when it's going to globally roll out this functionality. So what you should do, basically benchmark your current position. Export your keywords that you're currently ranking for and that triggers AI overviews, and then flag them as SGE. Record baseline metrics, so document your current clicks and impressions, and then prepare for new analytics because Google is soon going to add an AI overview appearance filter in Search Console. Thank you, Google. That's going to be helpful. All right. In terms of what can be done, strengthen your EEAT signals. So author credibility is something very, very important. I don't think many people are doing it. So this is one of your main tactics that you need to take into consideration. Add detailed author bios, professional credentials, and first-hand experience sections to establish expertise. Implement schema markup like person markup, and proven results like case studies show EAT optimization brought 300% traffic. So basically, EAT is going to be very important. In terms of your overall content, create like a snapshot paragraph. It's like a summary or key takeaways section at the very top. So that way you open like high value articles with like 40 to 60 word paragraph. You can use clear formatting. Obviously, descriptive subheadings, bullets, and FAQs is important. Deploy structured data, implement FAQ page, how to, product, local business, and schema markup. Schema markup can be done pretty quickly, so it's just a technical SEO process. And then you can add advanced schema. For example, if you are comparing products, then include pros and cons for reviews, image content URL, and has part for page sections. So Google confirms that rich structured data improves, crawlability, indexability, eligibility for citation, and link placement inside AI overviews. And formatting content for easy extraction helps Gemini pull clean snippets for inclusion in AI mode. Couple of other things: create first-party expertise assets like proprietary data studies, interactive tools like calculators, multimedia content like you can embed original videos and images, and then content clusters. Because you are able to use images, AI mode can actually provide like multimedia elements, so you increase the chances of being cited. Okay, managing content extraction. So there are a couple of ways you can control or manage what is exactly is extracted so that AI mode cannot share those details. You can use preview controls like employing max snippet or no snippet so that robots or crawlers will not extract that content, right? Then you have limitations. If you block Gemini via Google Extended, there's no guarantee that AI overview will not use that content. Also consider legal consideration. Maintain a clear copyright and licensing policy, because media groups are already challenging Google over excerpt length and AI generated summaries. Freshness requirement: recrawl content monthly for freshness, as Gemini weighs recency heavily while selecting sources. I think we just saw that in one of the examples. I can't remember what it was, but it fetched like March 2025 data or something like that. Anyways, okay, where was I? Yeah, and then the next step is there are a couple of other ways that you should also think about, which is paid search strategies. Update brand defense, because you need to adjust your budget. and creative for new ad units appearing in AI overviews. Why don't you launch a new campaign? That's another way. Test new campaigns as soon as AI mode specific campaign type is available. Prepare for agent shopping. Position for agent-based shopping experiences as they mature. Diversify channel. Again, this is they say, right, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So try to diversify and establish your brand in like email, social, and other channels. In terms of measurement and monitoring, as I said earlier, detect overview triggers. You can use any of the tools like SEMrush, SE ranking, or SERP API. Track traffic delta, like how much is your traffic moving, and monitor the citations as well. And obviously, qualitative insights such as a Hotjar or Microsoft Clarity will allow you to analyze user behavior recording to understand what happens after they click on post overview behavior. So I know this is a ton of information in terms of what AI mode is and how you can change your SEO game to be compatible with AI mode. Things are evolving, and I will be making sure that I share more reverse engineering tactics of how AI mode works so that you can implement in your organic SEO strategies. So thank you very much for listening, guys. I hope you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you.